Hello. Hey. So, welcome back to another session of this Global Hack Week focus on APIs. I already talked you about APIs, how they work, what they are on our Monday session. And we look for public APIs we can use on internet. I give you a page where you can find a lot of APIs. Very cool. That are free to use. Some of them require a subscription. Some of they not. During the stream, we found a weather API that allow us to connect and get information about the weather on my region without requiring an API key or, in this case, a subscription, right? Um, but in this session, we are going to talk about the public APIs that are built in our browser. That's very cool, right? Uh, This kind of tricky because you might think of the same type of APIs that we used in our previous session, like doing a request or connecting to a service, things like that, right? But in this case, these APIs, I want to say that between codes, are just the object types we can use using JavaScript that are built in the browser. I want to use that quote because they are not the same type of APIs that the ones we used before, making the fetch or connecting with Axios, the XML, HTTP request, whatever. Again, these are built-in objects that we can use using JavaScript. But they still APIs because that's the way we interface with the application, right? In this case, the application it's the browser. So that it's a little short intro to this session. I'm going to start scrolling through the documentation and let's apply them. Let's build something with those APIs, right? I'm very glad to be here again. We have here Jidwa, who has been very helpful during these sessions. Hello. I'm doing fine. I don't know what time is it for you. For me, it's 11 in the morning. So it's not that late. It's not that early. It's a good time to learn something new, right? Um, Again, if anything happened during this session, just let me know in the comments. Like my screen is, I don't know, frozen. My voice didn't hear, whatever. Right now, I'm guessing everything's in order. But if not, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any question or something pop up in your mind, share it. Let us know, right? Okay, at almost the same time. Oh no, it's PM. That's really late. Yeah, big time difference. So I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a second. Okay, you're supposed to see it now. Let me know if you don't see it. Uh, Let me find layout. Okay, this layout is good. Oh, thanks. This is off topic, but you like my background decorations. That's cool. It's 1 3 p.m. in Vermont. Okay, that's a really nice place. I would love to visit Vermont once. Okay, yeah. You may find this information in a lot of places, but the place I always recommend to look for these specific APIs is in the Mozilla Foundation webpage. This is the MDM Web Docs document. You can find this like MDN Web Docs, or just can find Mozilla Foundation web, or for, yeah, Mozilla.org. It's the page. Here it will be kind of trickier to find because you have to do a little more clicks. But again, the same MDN, it's the abbreviation, and MDM web docs. This takes you to the right place. And it's just adding a developer before the .mozilla.org. And let me share this with you so you won't miss it. I'm going to post this on the comments. Here they are. And I'm going to leave that some time. Here we can find a lot of useful blogs, articles, documentation for developers. I mean, the Mozilla Foundation, it's a great source of information. But what we care about in this session is this specific part of the web APIs. They have information about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, HTTP protocols, web extension, the web technology in general. If you want to learn some about these topics, this is the right place. I really love this documentation. And for example, for JavaScript, that doesn't have a like a place to find all the documentation. In particular, this one that the Mozilla has, it's very cool. I use this a lot. They also have these um, browser compatibility, so you can find if you can use some technology or not, depending on your browser and your browser version. But again, what we care about in this session, it's the web APIs. Let me change this to English. Yeah, so we can read this for all to understand. And this is what was I was talking about. Sorry. The APIs here mean the object types we can interface with. Uh, it's like accessing to an object during our JavaScript code, and that will give us the tools we are going to see here. And they are really, really useful because you can use a lot of hardware things on your computer. For example, we are seeing here the Bluetooth API, the battery API, the audio output devices API. And this is just the first two letters of all the APIs we have here. So let's start scrolling and we can see how many of these amazing APIs we can use. And let's try to think about a project we can develop right now, like a really quick one, just to put in practice how we can read this API documentation and apply them quickly to a project, right? It is very, very, very simple. But first, let me read a comment we have here. Hello, MLH community members, audience attendees. How are you today? What is this session program? Oh, I talked about this before. Let me do a real recap for you. I was talking about that we learned before what APIs are. If you miss that, don't leave this stream, but at the end of this stream, go to the Twitch MLH page, and you can find our session on Monday. Uh, it's called about public APIs, I think, in which we find public APIs free to use and free to subscription free. Yeah, a weather API subscription free we use and apply to get information about the weather in my region. But in this session, we are going to learn about the specific built-in APIs the browser has, right? And we are going to look to through the documentation and learn how to use them in simple code. Actually, this page, the MDM weblogs, has a lot of examples that we can just like copy paste and it will work. And that's some of the great, great things this page has. So yeah, let's start scrolling. We can see, for example, they are uh, in order A, B, C. So the audio output device, background fetch, background sync, battery, beacon. For example, this one. Let's see. Let's take a look to the battery status API. The battery status API, they usually take the status out of this name, provide information about the system's battery charge level, and lets you be notified by events that are sent whether the battery level or charging status change. Okay, this is cool, and this is what I was talking about. We can just simple use the example here, and we will have the information for this, right? So I copied this. Let me share my full screen so you can see uh, my terminal and the yeah the sorry I missed the word, um, Visual Studio Code application. Let me present this again. Share aloud. Present another one. Okay, here it is. Hyper. You're supposed to see this. Global Hack Week. Web APIs. And we are in here. Let's open another terminal here. Um, what can we do? Yeah, no, let's call this battery. And copy and paste the code of the uh, web Mozilla example. So let's run this. To run this, we can open this in the browser, but I'm going to uh, yeah go live with this extension. It's called Live Server. If you are interested in using the same, go to this section here of extensions and just type Live Server, and this is the one, Live Server, right? So I'm going to hit this and it's going to start. Yeah, and let's open this. And let me see the console. Oh, invalid argument. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Prepare injection. No. Uh, let's try to see this. Global Hub Weeks. This open here. Yeah. Let me check quickly if that's a matter of the code or I am doing something wrong. Come on, reload. Oh, it's not reloading because I changed. Yeah, and this one. Yeah, no, it's not matter of the code. It's me. I'm doing something wrong. What I'm doing something wrong. Let me quick. Oh, yeah. I need a index HTML. Oh, I forget that. Sorry. And this one it's for APIs test. Um, just let's do one cool thing I wanted to show you. It's that I have like the Copilot extension. So let me check if I can. I haven't tried. I'm exploring that too. Call the battery .js script here. Let's see. It's cool. You see that? It's pretty cool, right? Okay. Let me check that now. Refresh it. Oh, let me just go live again. That will be easier. Okay, and I have it now. Okay, I think we're missing something here. Um, Let me do a little. Ah, yeah. I was checking the comments. The typo. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Thanks for helping me with that. A typo. The file name has a typo. Oh, thanks. I see it. Let me check that. Yeah, I write it wrong. I, oh, I stopped sharing my screen. Give me a second, and I'll correct that. Okay. Let me share my screen again, and we have solved it. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the typo. I didn't realize it. And yeah, here it is. So this is the code. Yeah, I can uncomment this because I'm doing this fine now. And let's see what does this throw us? On navigator.battery, it's not a function. Okay, let's try to see why this is not working, because we saw that the alert worked. So this is not about the JavaScript, this is about our code. Uh, oh, this wasn't. In example, we watch for changes both of the charging status, whether or not we're plugged in our charging, and for changes to the battery level and timing. This is done by listening the charging change, the level change, and the charging time. This charging time changes events. So, for example, to the navigator object, we get the battery. Then the battery, we apply these event listeners for those events we have here listed. There are four of them: one, two, three, four. But the problem here is navigator object. It's not being recognized. Why that happened? Well, we first have to investigate what the navigator.getBattery object is. This it's supposed to return a promise that resolves the battery managing object. Let's try to like comment this, and we now just want to know console.log what the navigator is. Let's see if this throws us something. Navigator, it's an object. We see it here. So let me change uh, this browser to this browser. Okay, navigator, it's an object. Uh, this has a lot of methods and uh, values we should explore. But if this is an object, why then this is showing us an error? Let's try to see what the error was again. Navigator get battery, it's not a function. But if we look for it, we look for the method get battery. We, well, I do not see it. But let's try to explore navigator, navigator, navigator dot. Let's do get go its property language logs media on. No, we pass the G and it's not. This don't have a get battery. So why is that? It's MDN web that's lying to us because these don't have a get battery method. Well, another possibility, it's this one. I talked to you about the browser compatibility. For example, I am using Firefox, and Firefox does not support this battery option. You see, in none of the Firefox version, this is possible. Even in Safari, this is not possible. Firefox for Android, Safari on Android, Safari and Firefox did not allow the browser to get the information of the battery. Why is this? Well, it could be due a lot of reasons, but I want you to think about what the Mozilla Foundation wants, and this is security and be owner of your data, right? Uh, I'm thinking Firefox intentionally does not allow this for privacy reasons, but for you to don't get the idea that this is not a functional uh, site, let's explore this on Chrome. So I'm going to open Chrome. Give me a second. Um, I need to open a new tab, a new browser. Give me a second. Okay, okay, I have it now. Um, Let me share with you. Mhm. Okay, we are here. This is our Chrome tab. Let me open the console, and this does works. Let me put this on the right side. Yeah. So in this Chrome navigator uh, browser, we have the navigator object, and if we choose to use the console here, oh, it's really tiny. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me change to console. Okay, here we are, and we type navigator. You see, if we put a dot get, what was the function? Get battery? Get battery. Oh, what? Okay, let me copy and paste it because today it's not a day when I'm spelling things. Okay, navigator dot this one and this one. Okay, I don't know what this is throwing us this error. Okay, yeah, but this is okay. This is working. This error it's not supposed to happen, but this is working because it show us and it alert us when the battery level change. For example, I am charging my laptop right now. You see this battery charging, yes. And the event listener will show us here, I'm going to unplug my laptop right now. One, two, three. And you see battery charging, no. Then I'm going to plug it again. Battery charging, yes. And it also give us the battery charging level, the battery charging time, and the battery charging uh, discharging time. Sorry. So this is how we use in a simple, let's say 40 lines of code, because we can remove this and this. So less than 40, 37 lines of code that even the Mozilla Foundation gave us here to know the information of the battery on our computers. So let me go back here and see what you think about this. Oh, I see. Again, you see, I am not so focused today. I think, yeah, it's due to typos. Let me see if you have a comment or any doubt during this demonstration. I think you need to London as a script. Okay, we solved that. Thanks for your help. To run IGS file, you might need to know. Uh, this is not necessary, and in this case, it won't work. But let me tell you why. Node, it's how we run GIS in our computers as an interpreter, right? The big advantage of the big achieve of Node is that we don't need a browser to run GIS. But in this case, we do want to run JavaScript in the browser because these APIs are only available in the browser. If you want to run this in Node, it will throw you an error because these are browser APIs. So the navigator, it's a browser object. It's not a node object unless you, how do you say it, you virtualize it and you do like a kind of trick like in that. But no, in this case we do want to run it in the browser, not in node, because these again are the browser's apis, the web apis. um, but yeah, that was a good comment, because we get to explain that. Thanks. So you see how easy it is. Sorry for my typos, but it truly is very easy to get these APIs working, and you get very cool information. Let's keep exploring what else we can do with these APIs. This far, we see audio, we see battery, we see Bluetooth, but yeah, that's just the first two letters of the alphabet, right? Let's see what else we have. If we go back to the web APIs, we can see the Canvas API. I really love this one. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Also, for those one who didn't know, the console of the browser, it's indeed an API. Beacon, context, channel, clipboard. This is really cool. Let's explore that also. The DOM, the DOM, it's an API. Fetch API. This is again, this is really cool because we're using an API to connect to another API, right? The APIs we saw before, the public APIs, the ones that has information we need to know or we want to know, and we are connecting with them using another API, which is fetch. Remember that. Remember, we can use XML HTTP request. We can use fetch, who internally use it. We can use Axios, which is a library, a package we can use to connect to others' APIs. Well, the fetch is the API built in our browser to connect that. What else? The geolocation API. The let's explore this one too, because people used to think like all they can use for geolocation is Google Maps and that's all. Well, no, you can use the geolocation API built in your browser. What else? Let's see, navigation APIs, page visibility, payments handler. This is really cool. You want to implement your own payment in your page, in your web page, in your next project. Well, you came here, you explore this, you uh, try it, and well, you do your own payment system. Uh, just here, you will see this tag. This means this is experimental, and the behavior, as this tooltip says, might change in the future or might be removed in the future. For example, this trash can means that this is not going to be updated anymore, and it will be, well, it not will be, it is deprecated now, and it will die in some new versions, right? What else? Touch events, the privation, WebGL. Have you ever heard of WebGL? Well, let's explore that because this is really cool. Also, the web animations, the web audio, web authentication, crypto, NFC. Ooh, this is really cool. What I love most about these APIs, it's that they allow you to implement real world things in the browser, in your applications, in JavaScript. So we can actually get to the ports, to the peripherals, to the camera, to the, yeah, like everything of the real world. And we have this once more, this once more, this once more, right? But let's take a look of the ones I already opened. But first, I will have to take a little and really quick break. I'll be back in some, let's start 5 minutes, right? Uh, Meanwhile, explore the page and post here on the comments if you find something interesting that you want to share with us or you want me to explore during the session. You, if you want to see how I will put that API on practice, put it here. I'll be back very soon. Hey, so thanks for your waiting, and I'm back now. Uh, let's see. Oh, sorry. No, no, the stream didn't end. I just wanted a little break to do something. But we're back. As I was telling you, I want to explore the APIs. I open new tabs. But if you have something in mind, or you find any other API of the browser that it's cool to you, that you find it interesting, post it here. Yeah, and we will will implement that. So what APIs did I open? Well, first the Canvas API. This is really cool because this allows you to create images like graphics and everything. So you can draw using the HTML and JavaScript. Uh, for example, this allows WebGL API uh, for the Canvas element. So we can use advanced graphics, 2 dimension and 3 dimension in JavaScript and in the browser in general. For this example, we need to add this canvas tag. So let's do it. Let's add our canvas tag. Let me remove this. And let's change this. Oh, no, this is not the one. Which one is it? This JavaScript. So in JavaScript, we need to copy this one and let's create another file that's called canvas.js. Let me see if I write it. Okay, okay. I don't know what happened to me today. Okay, so this is all our file. Very short, to be honest. We're just getting the element with the ID canvas, saving it on a variable called canvas, then extracting the the context of 2 dimensions. It's called CTX, and the file style is going to be green, and these are the dimensions we want it to be, right? So let's connect it, canvas.js, and if we open our browser, we can see we draw a a green square with these dimensions. Let's open the elements inspector to see all the properties I mentioned. For example, this it's 300 times the half of that, which is what we wanted here, right? But let's take a look deeper in what we do. For example, here the fill rect, it's for fill rectangle method, places the left corner. We give it a gap of 10 times 10, 10 pixels here and 10 pixels here, and then the dimension of the rectangle. Here we have for some more references, some guides and tutorials that are really cool. They even have like video and course in this matter. Some of the libraries we can use for apply this. Let's see if I recognize. No, I don't recognize any of this, but we see the compatibility, and this is very supported for almost all browsers. With these like marks telling that we should see implementation notes on Firefox, Safari, on Firefox again, but for Android. Uh, let's see what all other things we can do with this. For example, if we open this fill rectangle method, we can see uh, the canvas rendering in context in 2D has a lot of other methods. Let's see arcs, paths, images, ellipses. Let's try an ellipse. Mm, for example, if we want to try an ellipse here, we can substitute this for this, and just let me comment this one, and let's see how this change. This is our ellipse. Um, it is not green, but yeah. Uh, well, we can do some interesting. Oh, I just missed this part. Okay, now it is how it's supposed to be. So, if in a project we want to do some like interesting animations, images, or things that in CSS might look a little bit complicated, that we might think of doing instead an image before with, I don't know, like an application like Illustrator or the open source version of that, Inkspace, uh, or I don't know, Photoshop, whatever other tool you want. You might think it twice because you can do it with JavaScript. You can put it as a challenge for yourself next time you you are trying to apply this to a project, and try the way to do it with just JavaScript. Rectangles, for example. What else? Transform, translate. Yeah, very mathematical thing. But yeah, that's the Canvas API. I really like it. Let's see what you think of it. Thanks for appreciating the theme for Firefox. Um, what did you miss? Well, we were exploring the APIs of the browser. Till this point, we have seen the battery API, the Canvas API, but let's keep looking for more. I share it with you the page where I'm looking for this all APIs documentation, which is the Mozilla developer page, MDM web docs. Um, so yeah, let's keep doing that. Till this point, you what do you think? You're liking these APIs? You think they are too complicated, too simple? What are your opinions on this? So let's move. Canvas close. The clipboard. The clipboard provides the ability to respond to the clipboard commands like control, copy, paste, whatever. This API is designed to freeze the accessing clipboard, and before which was document exec command. Um, so we can access the clipboard instead of creating the clipboard object through indentation. We can create the navigator.clipboard as a global object. So we can copy this, and this snippet we just copy fetches the text from the clipboard and appends it to the first element found in the class editor, right? But to this, we need and to add oh yeah, well, explore the browser compatibility. But for this one, we should add an .editor thing in our HTML. I'm thinking. Uh, hmm, document query selector. Yeah, I don't see why this is not included here. Well, but we can do it. Um, we should also create a new file here. Touch clipboard. Yes. In this one, we should add this. And before we do this, we just clip. text, and let's console log this. And change the HTML to add clipboard.js. And let's open this one here. Let's change to the console. Let's let's close this. What else we can close? This one. Yeah, we're fine here. Uh, this is not working. Let's try to see why. Read text, then the clip for text. Okay, let's try then to add the dot editor. No, this should okay. Doesn't matter. Um, okay, I can't remember what was the query selector. Let's Google that. I'm sure it is an HTML thing, but I don't use it too often. Um, let's do it here. You see, MDM web docs give us what the query selector is. Okay, this returns the first element of the document that has. Okay, yeah, the class. So if I just put here class dot editor. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the query selector work this dot as a class editor. Okay, yeah, then so this should work. No, why it's not working? Promise then async. Come on. Promise then async. Read text is not working. Any comments here? No. Let's try to see it again. Class. I am doing that thing with class. Yeah, I'm doing editor. Editor. Clipboard. Clipboard. Save this. Open this again. Go live. Go live here. Oh yeah, we need to allow this. Some of these APIs, and this is a great thing that pop up right now, will require us as users to accept the information we need to tell to the browser, right? So we can say that we need to get information of the, yeah, of the location of the camera, of the video, here in this case of the clipboard. But the browser will open this and ask for permissions for that. So in this case, the Chrome, it's saying to us as users, not as developers, hey, this page wants to access your information that you have copied in your clipboard. It could be images, it could be text, it could be whatever you have in your clipboard. This page wants to access to it. Do you want it, or you don't want it to allow that? And I'll say I want it because I copy and paste this. But if I go here and go to the clipboard and copy and paste this one and then come back and give it here and copy and paste this, this should be reloaded. When I am triggering this, okay, if I reload this page, this is a test. Yeah, if we wanted to do everything I copy and paste it, no matter the circumstances, we need to add a listener for that. Uh, the example does not include it, but I'm sure there is an object for yeah, an event for that clipboard event. Yeah, so we can add this. We can add this actually. For example, remember the battery? The battery was the function here, and we added the event listener. So the thing here is that we need to find what to add the listener to. Let's open the listener event and let's see what it is. Represents events providing information related to the modification of the clipboard. Clipboard event. New clipboard event. Of what type? New clipboard event. Let's see. Const clipboard equal a new. It was with capital, yeah. Clipboard event. Copy. Let's see how we can use this. Clipboard event. Representants. Console.log. This is a great tool, CPL. And go to Chrome to see what this clipboard event is. It's trusted, cancelable, compromised. Return value true. Okay. Add event listener. CPL dot add event listener. Copy and paste this. And the event we want to, yeah, it's the copy. and we want to console log the event, right? But we don't want this. Let's see if this is right. I'm thinking it is not. Navigator event listener. Yeah, let's see if this works. I don't think so, to be honest. At event listener is not a function. Yeah, I think this should work. Promise them. Let's see. I don't know, listener. If I copy and paste this, no. What should I add this listener to? Provides an interface for reading and writing clipboard event. Creates a clipboard event when it given parameter. Clipboard event dot clipboard data. Okay, so we need to Google that. How to add a clipboard event listener. How to okay, this is the one I want to choose. Document add a listener. Copy. This is to the document, not to the navigator. No, I don't think this is the way. Maybe. Oh, this is another great tool. The W3 school. Hmm. On copy. But this is just to the document, right? Well, I mean, there are a lot of ways we can do this. I haven't started yet. So I'm guessing we were not that wrong if we did this. Oh no, yeah, we were wrong. Document then. Hmm. Well, I didn't find how to add the listener, but the API is used here. And the listener is just how when we want to trigger the API. But yeah, if you see, we can copy this. Yeah, this is a test. Then go back here, reload, and this will give us a new text from the clipboard. The clipboard we already know how to access thanks to the API from clipboard. So let's move to the next one, which is geolocation. Geolocation, same as the clipboard, is going to ask us to allow the use of this API. Uh, the examples, it's here. This is kind of a bigger code. Let's do a touch geo.js. This geo.js. We want to add this code here, but also an HTML code to the HTML, right? And here, geo.js. And let's see how this works. Again, here they are asking us to access the location. We want to allow this. Oh yeah. Well, I blocked this from my computer, not from the system. So I will have to reboot this access. Give me a second. I will do that. So you won't be you won't think this won't doesn't work. Let me a sec. Give me a second, and now I will do that. Let's open the configuration, localization, and I will give access to Firefox. Already has it. Chrome. Now Chrome is ready to use it. But I will need to open Chrome again. Sorry. Okay, this is working now already with the permissions. So let me share again my screen. Here, let me copy and open this in a new tab so you can see how this works. Well, it's happening here. We add this button to trigger the search for the location. We add a paragraph and an anchor so we can go to the actual location as coordinates. In the code, we are using the query selectors to get the these tags in the HTML. So then we're using a function called success, uh, which we are going to call later. If first, if we have the geolocation permission, I mean, if the browser is allowing this API to work, we can execute the current position method from the geolocation from the navigator object. If not, they is going to say that geolocation it's not supported in our browser or it has no permissions. It could be both. The error throws us that we are unable to access the location, but if we do, we call the success function. It's going to have the position in latitude and longitude coordinates, and this is going to open a street map. This is a web page. You can do whatever you want with the coordinates, but remember the anchor tag we had before. We hit this anchor tag, the target position it's going to be this with this page using our latitude and longitude coordinates. So let's see that in action. This is trying to localize me. Okay, these are my coordinates. And if I open this, you can see where I am, right? So that's really cool. You can see this is in Mexico. And these are my exact longitude and, well, my coordinates actually. So that's the geolocation API. Really cool, isn't it? Let's move to the WebGL. First, let me see if you have any questions. Yeah, that's, well, it's not a secret location, so it's no problem. Um, what else? Oh, no other comments. Yep, let's move on then to the WebGL. WebGL, we were talking about how this it's related to the canvas and how this allows us to create great graphics, not only two dimension but three dimension for web. Um, let's see if we can find a cool example here, because this is really complicated, to be honest. And I don't want to start developing right now for this specific API. If I don't see any example here, but take my word. If you have time later, Google this and start exploring for WebGL and how it is related to OpenGL. And for example, there's a, yeah, I think it is 3GS, 3GS. Yeah, three up, well, with an H. This is a page. All these cool animation, all these cool graphics are made with JavaScript, fully JavaScript. And they even have resources like fundamentals, how to start your journey, how to learn 3GS, and a lot of things. But let's just look these examples. They are really cool. Um, Pick one. This one from the car. This page is built using 3GS. Start experience. Look at this. Really cool page. That was just a video. This it's the amazing thing. Look at how this looks like a video game. Look at how I'm moving my yeah, my like viewport, like camera, if I was in a video game. Like this is GTA and this is the garage. Look at how well this car is, and this is all thanks to, well, 3GS, but WebGL and a lot of these APIs. And this is really, really cool. I am just enjoying moving my camera around the car. You see that transition? I don't know if you saw that. Let's see what else they have. The rider. Look at this. I am really enjoying. Okay, this is not that smooth. Right now, this is like pausing, but well, I don't blame them. This look really heavy to load on a browser. It could be also because of my internet connection. I mean, I am streaming while I'm doing this. So again, really, really nice. Kudos to these persons. Uh, let's then close that. What else? What else we can do with WebGL? Let's see if not only with 3GS, but find WebGL AP examples. Oh, they have a WebGL tutorial. But you see, before all these tutorial, we need to have a lot of context of 2D, animation, 3D, etc., lights. Yeah, a lot of things. I don't want a tutorial. I want an example of a well, page existing with this. No, well, yeah, you saw the WebGL with 3GS. So, yeah, that's the powerful all the power you can release with these APIs. What do you think? I'm just too excited. uh, on my own, I haven't built anything as no point of comparison of that page, for example, but very simple things. Um, I haven't used a lot of things I am seeing here. For example, I haven't used encrypt or encoding, but others I used in my daily day tasks. The fetch, for example, the keyboard. Uh, well, not actually always, but you you use a lot of this in the packages in the third party libraries you're using. In this sense, in its core, all of them are using these APIs. So it is a good thing to you to know how they work, so you can understand when you have a problem using them, or if you don't want to use them anymore, like you want to use your own library, your own package, or you want to make an upgrade to the one that you're already using, the existing one, make a contribution if it is open source. Yeah, this is the way, this is how you get to do that. So I think that's all I want to share with you. You have seen the potential of these APIs. Uh, Again, if you have something in mind, uh, we can discuss it here. Let me see my comments. Uh, what just your wall look like a world map? It is not a world map. Actually, if you have seen other streams I made here, I used to have like a whiteboard here, but I remove it. So this is not a map. This is just the wall falling the paint. Yeah, the paint is falling from the wall. I need to sand that, and then actually I have the paint here. I need to paint that. uh, you can think it as under construction. Yeah, this is the page, 3AS. Go there. You can take a look at the really, really cool projects they have, and you can get inspired, or start developing right now. Um, yeah, Garmin School gives a lot of examples. Blender as well. Then don't forget Blender. Yeah, I really love Blender. Actually, for 3D, I used to. I start my path learning with Maya, uh, which I don't like, to be honest. But then I used Blender, and I fell in love with Blender completely. Uh, Show Jessia's Ramen portfolio. Oh, let me look for that. I haven't heard of it. Jessia's Ramen. Hmm. Is this one? Cooking your ramen. Well, it's really cool. The how this is loading. It's kind of slow, but oh, okay. It's like a okay. Yeah, I get it. Wow. Let's see the projects. Can I move the? No, I can't. Clicks to start. Where I click? Okay, let's see. Go back. I want to see the credits. Oh my god. Wow. About me. Hi, I'm Jesse. A lot of links here. This is really cool. I haven't heard of him before. Articles. Oh, this opens a new. Yeah. Let's see then the projects. GPG, its sales, scrapper, COVID, NFT price prediction model. Wow. Oh, see, the 3AS ramen shop. This is, yeah, ASL, Natural Network Translator, NBA Fantasy. Okay, let's see the COVID. No, the NFT. That looks interesting. Is this? Oh, I thought it will open the page. Okay, yeah, this is really cool. Actually, I love this. The you see the this it's made with 3 years. So great, great example. I love this. Thanks for sharing. I do love it. It works fine. Your streaming setup. It's stressed out. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was saying that the 3D game maps website. It's ooh, only if you know web programming, it's very hard to understand multiple rabbit holes and make something. Yeah, we will have no context to my chat once he sees this. I understand. Industrial decor, it's cool. No, it's not industrial. Well, I can take it like that. You can move it, click and drag. Yeah, yeah. Everything in 3D, yes, it's cool. Uh, so I like to enjoy it. I especially enjoyed the part of 3D. But remember, we saw there's not only 3D or 3D Jazz or WebGL or animations. We the thing I was saying before on the beginning of this session is that the thing I most enjoy it's the capability of access to the the real world, the location, the Bluetooth, the serial ports, the all the things you computer already have and are accessible through the browser. I just find it very, very cool. And myself, as a mechatronic engineer student, I use that a lot to implement, for example, if I want to get the temperature of the room, and then I need to process that signals or that information into a dashboard or make something interesting with that, I can use the web as my as my tool, as my playground. I mean, I'm not limited for that. Uh, so much great information as always. Thank you. Thanks. I really hope you enjoyed this session. I do. I mean, I get to explore more of the APIs. I more than the normally I use, but yeah, I think I think there are a lot, and a lot of them are really useful. But it depends on your matter, on your subject, or the project you're trying to build. Again, I was giving the example of me as more electrical projects. I use more of the hardware, but here I see some of you are really into the animation, so that's really cool using Blender. 3ds we saw some very cool examples of people building with these apis, with these tools. uh, Again, for 3ds it's like an extract of this, but what they are doing is using this in their core. So again, I will repeat it. Learn this, learn how this api works, how this library you often use h- are built, and you can apport, you can contribute to them, you can even start your own library, or or try to fix if you have a problem in the future, because you will know how this is happening, right? um, are the videos recorded where we can access them? All videos are recorded in our Twitch account, so you can go to Twitch. Let me share with you the page. It's twitch.tv slash MLH. But I will post here in the comments. Also, I think in the YouTube, I'm not sure if they are recorded and stored in YouTube, but I am sure that they are in the MLH Twitch account. So you can go here. Um, Send me a request on Discord. Okay. Uh, yes, there you can find them YouTube or Twitch. Okay, cool. Really cool. That's it for today's session. Again, thanks for being here. I really hope you got something from this. Tell me or post in Discord if you apply this on your future project, or you are already working on something and you say like, "Oh my God, that will help me solve that issue I have." I don't know. Anything, I'll be around if you want to connect or yeah, or ask me anything about the session. Here I'll be reading more comments. Yeah, I'm in LinkedIn. Let me. Uh, I can't remember what my LinkedIn was. Let me quickly check. Hmm. Okay. I will look for it and I will post it in the comments here. But um I will do that while music is playing. So uh, this is the end. You're free to go. Thanks a lot. I'll be reading more comments here if you want to stay. If not, that's totally fine. That will be bye bye. That's all my sessions for this Global Hack Week. But join me in the future Global Hack Weeks. I'll post whatever my whatever my technical or mini game or whatever sessions I'm running. It was a pleasure. See you.